In order to work out any of your costs with your laser machine, you first need to determine what your cost per minute or cost per hour is that your machine actually runs. And that is on things like fixed costs, the price of your machine, your chiller, your compressor, all your equipment. The price of electricity plays a very big role, especially in South Africa. And then you buy specialized software and stuff that you use. You've also got rental space, you've got service and maintenance, you've got your own labor. So there's a lot of things to take into account. So I've just deleted everything, so everything is brand new and empty so that you can see how it works. So let's say I paid 150, let's make it 100,000. 100,000 for my machine. My chiller cost me, say, 13,000, I think is what they go for now. Let's put a little compressor at 500, extractor at 500, a nice fancy one, a rotary for about 7.5. So the next one is you put the hours or the lifespan of your tube. So they do claim on a lot of places that you can get 10,000 hours. I've gotten way more, but yeah, you could even drop that to say 5,000 from what I've read. That seems pretty realistic, and it then gives you a rand per hour on your fixed costs or your machines. When it comes to electricity, a laser doesn't actually use much. I just put 1,000 in for safety. It's actually a lot less. Your chiller is an aircon unit. It actually uses a lot more. So let's put it at 1,500. A compressor uses 200. Extractor about 300. And then over here you put in your cost per unit of electricity. So I normally put in 5 rand so that there's a little bit extra. I know it's normally only about 3 rand, but yeah, you can play with that how you want. Then if we go and look at our annual software costs, you probably got, say, 12,000 a year for Coral, 1,000 a year for Lightburn. Windows isn't free, and Microsoft Office also isn't free. You actually pay for those things, and you use them in your business. The rental space, so we've got it in one room in our house, which has been converted into a workshop, and that laser needs to pay us 2,500 rand rental space. Then, very important, don't forget about maintenance. So let's say that the person has to travel 100 kilometers, and I don't know what they charge, say 5 rand a kilometer, and a call out would usually be around 3,000 if you had spares or something. So that puts us at a total traveling of 3,500. Let's just put some sundries in, some bearings. We use a lot of lube and use a lot of degreaser or other cleaning materials. Those should also be taken into account. Don't forget that you clean your machine and all kinds of things. So now we get to the contentious one, and that is labor. So nobody works for free. Labor is usually at least 200 rand an hour. Okay, you can make that number anything you want. Let's just say, yeah, for a setup fee, I'm just going to charge 50 rand for a setup fee, so 250 rand. The calibration steps, leave it at 20. That's more advanced. We'll cover that in a different stage. If we come back to the top here, it now shows me that with all of that info, my cost per minute is 5 rand and 25. If I want to change the currency for whatever reason, if you change the currency, it changes there. So you can pretty much change the currency to anything that you like. In South Africa we work in rands, so we can leave it in rands. So once you've got all your information in and you've got your cost per minute, you can now start doing some decent costing.